Also say 4 individuals were inside the other vehicle involved in the crash. One died on scene and the other died in hospital. The other occupants in that vehicle, as well as the occupant of the second vehicle, are all in hospital seeking medical treatment. Their status at this time, however, is unknown. Switching gears now in news from the crime beat tonight, a young man's life being cut short after he was riddled with bullets while reportedly heading home in the Fox Hill community. The bold crime happening on Friday night, bumping the country's murder toll to 46 for the year. At this juncture, authorities are working to piece together details of what led to this deadly shooting.
Unfortunately, police is investigating our latest homicide. Shortly after 10 this evening, Police Control Room received an alert from ShotSpotter Technology of gunshots in the area from Bristol Street in the Fox Hill area. Our officers came and responded to the scene, and they have begun their preliminary investigation. Our preliminary investigation has revealed thus far is that the victim was traveling east in his vehicle when a Japanese vehicle that was traveling west on the same street opened fire on the victim, fatally wounding the victim. As we do with every single homicide, we're asking anyone with any information into this latest homicide or any homicide to assist us in our investigation as we try to bring closure and justice for this victim.
King also making this plea to residents amid concerns about unverified information being disseminated.
This is the same reason why we are very cautious and very responsible in the information that we provide to you and provide the Bahamian public, because this individual is a victim. He has family. These victims have family. And so we want to make certain that the police do their due diligence in investigating this matter for each victim's family. When we come to these scenes, we have to be cautious and be responsible as police officers. And so all we're doing is asking you to do the same. Be responsible in the information. As I just said, these are victims, and these victims have family and relatives, children attached to them, and they do hurt. And so we want to make certain that we are responsible in the information that we provide the public.
Meantime, widespread concern about the issue of suicide continues tonight as police revealed that a 51-year-old man attempted to take his own life by jumping over a bridge off East Bay Street early Friday morning. Authorities say the incident happened after 5 a.m. The elderly man was retrieved from waters and taken to hospital for medical assessment and evaluation. Now, this comes as officials say there has been a rapid and concerning uptick in individuals attempting suicides, others tragically executing the attempt on their own lives. While a recent startling report on teenage students revealed that it's an issue they're also battling with, authorities say they're equally concerned with adults and, in some cases, elderly citizens not seeing life as worth living anymore. Also, authorities in Grand Bahama making a ghastly discovery over the weekend. The badly decomposed body of a man found through an unpaved road off Wildcat Avenue. Now, police suspect that the man found was reported missing on Wednesday, July 9th. An autopsy will be done to determine the exact cause of death. Also, police need your help tonight searching for 15-year-old Alexia Raming. The young girl was reported missing on Sunday just hours after she was last seen leaving her residence on Saturday at around 11 p.m. Police say Johnson is slim-built with a brown complexion. His height, however, is unknown. Police also need your help tonight searching for 71-year-old Peter Jerome Johnson. The elderly man has been missing for a few days now. Police say he was last seen on Wednesday at Pardusky Dock around 11 p.m. Police say Johnson is slim-built with a brown complexion. His height at least 5 feet and 8 to 10 inches tall. His last known address is Sutton Street. And so if you have any information pertaining to Raming and Johnson's whereabouts, you're asked to contact police at 919 or 328-TIPS. Switching gears now, meantime, Cat Islanders are up in arms tonight over widespread power outages stemming from system failures and load shedding exercises. The issue has been ongoing since last week Thursday, leaving residents frustrated and upset at what they're describing as an attack on their daily lives. Now, Bahamas Power and Light executives have since released a statement promising to rectifying the issue, noting that multiple issues with generation assets triggered an island-wide outage on Thursday morning. Executives adding that attempts to stabilize supply suffered setbacks. One Cat Islander in particular telling Eyewitness News anonymously that such system failures and prolonged outages are inaccessible, even as consumers are grappling with hot temperatures as the summer months continue to settle in.
Experience is not good at all. You can imagine being without power from Thursday and you just have just dipping moments, 2 hours. Sometimes it was not even 2 hours just of power, and just when you're trying to get relaxed, the power go. So this has been, like a disaster, and right now I'm understanding that the north area is back up, so hoping and praying that the south is next, because I honestly can't spend another night in the dark and in the heat.
Meantime, Prime Minister Philip Davis addressing concerns over the recent proposal of visa fee hikes, which would impact all temporary visa categories. The United States government's new proposal would introduce a visa integrity fee for all individuals applying for a temporary visa. Davis, however, insists that the country cannot have a say in United States policy decisions.
No, that's not a matter for us to talk about. It is the policy of the United States government, and we do not engage ourselves in policies of other countries. That is their policy. It just does not apply to us alone. It's a policy that impacts all applicants, not just the Bahamas, but other countries.
Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Eye on News hotline at 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms at eyewitnessnewsbahamas@gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube pages, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section below. We want to hear from you. And still to come tonight, the country's chief speaks on the nation potentially moving away from the Privy Council as its final court. And later, we get to hear from a Bahamian whose prowess in media production is making her country proud. We've got more on those stories, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
In 2010, a grant helped Bahamas striping group of companies get started. Today, that seed has grown into a national force, building roads, airports, and brighter futures. Now, we're leading the way through public-private partnerships, what we call 3Ps, where government vision meets private sector innovation. 3Ps empowers local subcontractors, giving them the chance to bid, and with every contract, we're putting money directly into communities, creating jobs, supporting families, and fueling growth. From roads in Eleuthera to community centers in the inner city, we're not just laying asphalt, we're laying foundations for financial opportunity. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we believe in building more than infrastructure. We're building up Bahamians who build the Bahamas. 3Ps, public-private partnerships for people, progress, and prosperity.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance management. Nobody does it better.
Win a brand new 2026 GAC MPOW every week for 5 weeks. Every 10 reward points earns you 1 digital entry. The more entries you gain, the better your chances to win. 5 weeks, 5 cars. Will you be one of our lucky winners? Catch the keys today, only at Island Luck. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so game responsibly.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back to the weekend edition. Well, Prime Minister Philip Davis making significant comment regarding what could be a possibility in the country's legal future. Speaking on the nation potentially moving away from the Privy Council in London as its final court of appeal, Davis says that any changes to the law will ultimately be decided by a national referendum. This as the Caribbean Court of Justice have long advocated for countries in the region to establish a unified legal system. The Caribbean Court of Justice already serves as the final appellate court for several nations in the region, including Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guyana.
I think that's what we will do. I was part of the, I was a part of Council of Legal Education and part of the Caribbean Jurisprudential Committee that discussed the formation of the CCJ, and it is performing a great work for the community. We have the Privy Council as our final court. That's a matter, I think, people will have to decide whether they wish to go there or not. I would have no objection if we go. If we stay, same thing.
Well, in other news, the 52nd Independence Anniversary celebration being held at the historic Mount Fitzwilliam, a site steeped in history and significance. The festivities including more than just a day of celebration, offering a moment to reflect on our journey, honor our triumph, and look to the future with hope and unity. Delano Roker takes it from here.
As the Bahamian people gathered to celebrate, the overarching theme this year was one of togetherness. And that sentiment was highlighted by the OPM Communications Director, Latrey Raming.
One of the things that government has to do every year is make sure that we remind people it's the people's house, and every year the Governor General opened up a home to hundreds of Bahamians to celebrate in her sacred reception. It's an amazing time for us as a government to just celebrate together with Bahamians and really reflect on what makes us Bahamians.
Celebrating togetherness resonates deeply with the spiritual leaders of our nation. For pastors David Adam and Mario Moxie, Independence Day holds a special place in their hearts.
Seen all. I've lived during the time, and despite everything that's going on, Bahamas is on their way up.
I see the Bahamas just continuing to soar. Bahamians have this incredible capacity to grow and to excel no matter where they are in the world.
Moving on to a pressing issue that has affected the nation in recent years, the fight against crime. Despite the challenges, former Superintendent Wilton Johnson believes that the Bahamas is still moving forward.
Reception and independence, I was 7 years old. I can remember the day my father took me on Clifford Park. I was on his shoulder at the time of independence. And since then, I've seen our country grown. I was on the Royal Bahamas Police Force for 40 years, and I've seen it develop to what it is today. And I also like the fact that even though we have the crimes, the up and the down, the challenges, we still have a lot going on in our country.
And it's not just the citizens and leaders, but the political players as well, coming together under the banner of unity in a time when political divides often seem to dominate.
We've had some great milestones, and as a people, we look forward to more to come.
As the youngest member of parliament, it brings a joy to my heart because it lets me know that the country is moving forward truly together as one people in love and service.
Happy to be Bahamian, proud of the accomplishments of every Bahamian doing things locally, internationally, putting the Bahamas on the world stage, and I'm excited for what the future of the Bahamas looks like.
Delana Roker, Eyewitness News.
While tensions mounting over the budget for this year's independence celebrations, with critics raising questions about expenditures. However, the Prime Minister's office is stepping forward tonight to clarify and defend the allocation. Communications Director Latre Raming speaking in support of the Independence Secretariat Chairman Leslie Miller Bryce, who has come under fire for the event.
Insofar as the budget for the 50th independence, the work on the budget that's being completed by the Ambassador Leslie Bryce. So she has done her part, and I saw the amount of time for the government to make a determination on publishing those numbers. But she completed her part, and the government extend our gratitude for the work she's done. And at the appropriate time, once the auditing and stuff is completed, it will be made public.
Reverend Sebastian Campbell, former leader of the National Heroes Committee, is coming to the forefront again, this time calling for radical change with hopes of moving the Bahamas toward a republic as opposed to a constitutional monarch. Campbell says achieving independence was a major feat for the Bahamas 52 years ago, but argues the country has yet to find its own identity. He believes the only way to reach that point is through leadership that is not afraid to make bold change. And according to Campbell, all leaders in the country's respective political parties just don't seem fit to the bill.
I don't think any of them are radical enough, honestly. You know, a simple step as going republic. Have you heard any of them talk about being republic? No, that's what I mean by being radical, to change the face of this country. Not just being radical by making noise and going on the Bay Street and having marches, etc. But how do we change the soul of this country? That Bahamians would appreciate what it means to be Bahamian. What does that mean to us? And how we can trust ourselves in governing ourselves in going forward. And we don't have to depend on Great Britain to credit us.
Campbell argues the only way to reach the next level is through a new generation of thinkers and doers. To that end, he is sending a clarion call to young Bahamians to join frontline politics to help strengthen the country's identity.
This is our country, and we have to build it. And I challenge you young people, the younger persons, those, because Pinlin was in his 20s when Pinlin got involved in politics. All right? For us to have change, we will not get change by changing the government. Successive governments have shown us that nothing changes substantially. It's just one group saying we're able to do the same thing better than you. All right? We need a new mindset. We need a mental revolution. And we need young persons in their 20s and 30s to step forward and stop towing party lines and let us tow Bahamian lines, national lines, as we continue to build on what Lyndon Pinlin and the forefathers and the matriarchs have started in 1973.
Well, tonight a Bahamian casting director is making waves behind the scenes, from humble beginnings to a major role on a global film project. Her story is one of talent, timing, and triumph. Laurencia Smith has more in this report.
What was thought to be a spam turned out to be an opportunity of a lifetime for Kayvana Hall, owner of Rhythm and Motion. She was tapped to serve as the casting director for Medea Destination Wedding, the latest film in the Tyler Perry iconic Medea franchise. The film, which features several shots of the world-famous Atlantis Paradise Island, also shine a spotlight on local Bahamian talent. And for Hall, it all started out with an email that she nearly ignored.
And I said yes. And so then they said, well, did you see our email? We sent an email from Tyler Perry Studios. And I paused. And I said, okay, this have to be real then.
Originally brought on as an assistant casting director, Hall says her role quickly evolved, and before long, she was leading the entire casting process.
I had the opportunity to cast main roles as well as background actors. So in total, I casted about 350 Bahamians on set. So everybody you see on set is because of me.
Hall also shared which cast members she's most excited to see in the final cut.
So I want to thank my mom. She came over and she kept my company on set, and she ended up being in all of the scenes. She ended up being in all the scenes. So I'm excited to watch the movie to see if I can see her.
Spanning over a decade in the entertainment industry, both in the front and behind the camera, Hall has spent years developing a keen eye for talent, and now her name is attached to a major production, the Medea Destination Wedding, the 13th installment in the beloved Medea universe. And working alongside Tyler Perry, Hall says it was an experience she will never forget.
Black people opportunities. And that's what my company is all about, giving Bahamians opportunities.
Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Sunday feature, we take a look at some of the country's top athletes who are dominating in sports. We'll tell you all about that right after this break.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, 8 Mile Rock Junior High School battles with Authorstown Junior High School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. You don't want to miss it.
Measles is on the rise around the world, and the Bahamas is at risk,
which makes us very vulnerable as a nation for the possible outbreak of measles cases.
Every Saturday in May from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Ministry of Health and Wellness will host MMR immunization visits in South Beach, Coconut Grove, Fox Hill, and Elizabeth Estates. Clinics in these areas will remain open until 8 p.m. twice per week. Get your child immunized now.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Tonight in our Sunday feature, Laurencia Smith spotlights some of the nation's top athletes who have achieved excellence in sport, a tribute to Bahamian talent as the country marks 52 years of independence. Here's more on that.
The big leagues. VJ Edgecombe is putting the 700 islands and keys on full display. The rising star is writing a new chapter in the country's growing basketball legacy, putting the world on notice that there's no limits when it comes to Bahamian talent.
Everyone, you get ahead all the time. You're going to have doubters everywhere you go. So, just keep a level head, keep working hard. When capitalizing on all opportunities.
While VJ is just getting started in the NBA, Jonquel JJ Jones continues to shine in the WNBA, showcasing her resilience, building an impressive resume, and chasing championship glory, with the gold, black, and aquamarine close to her heart.
But a nation that's very prideful and a nation that has a really strong-willed people and can go out there and do a lot of great things on the national and international stage.
And Bahamian sports excellence isn't just on the court, it's on the track as well. Sisters Devin and Anthea Charlton are proving that greatness runs in their DNA, with Anthea blazing her own trail on the collegiate circuit, with record-breaking performances as a long jumper and sprinter, while her big sister Devin continues to shine on the world stage, exuding a humble confidence as a two-time indoor world champion in the women's 60-meter hurdles.
Because when I was looking at it going into the season, I already established that I was the best ever, but I think the motivation for attending these championships was to stamp myself as the greatest.
Beyond the bright lights of the track and the Big Apple, Jazz Chisholm Jr. continues to deliver an all-star performance, putting a Bahamian flair on full display in the MLB. And here on the diamond, Todd Isaacs Jr. and Lucius Fox continues to show everyone why it's always the 2-4-2 against the world, with their Don't Blink sports brand, always willing to bet on the sun, sand, sea, and sports.
We'd find a way to break it down and make it happen. And, for us, being leaders in our community, we took the responsibility of using our platform and wanting to give back. Find kids and get the kids, encourage them to pick this sport up and use this batting ball to take you to live out your dreams, whatever that is.
And even on the regional level, Bahamian swimmers never hesitate to remind the Caribbean who's the best in the pool. Making a splash at the Carifta level, they continue to dominate, producing Olympians like Lamar Taylor and top-tier coaches like Trevano McPhee.
Bahamas is doing well in swimming. We are dominating the region, so we want to keep that going, and especially our younger swimmers, right, develop them from young, and just see swimming growing in the region, in the Bahamas.
Laurentia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Well, that does it for us in the weekend edition. For all of us here at Eyewitness News, I'm Jose Etienne. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 3